how does this happen? The why? And while we do wait, maybe it is safe to bring in some of our analysis, some of our expertise here. Don't want to preempt them or cut them off, but as you know, things like this, they're very fluid. We bring you these updates in real time. I believe that is yet another high-ranking NYPD official. John Chell is his name. I believe he's either one or two below the commissioner. And so it's going to be a very, very difficult day for the NYPD.
And what was the motive? Police have been working diligently all evening here to put these pieces all together. One of those tools that they have at their disposal is obviously the many security cameras in and around the city and also inside of this building, where they could immediately track where this gunman was heading and where he was in the building at the time. There was a short time where it was an active shooter situation where police officers were running and descending onto the scene, and also all of those workers being told to stay in place because they weren't sure if this gunman was acting alone or if there were other accomplices with him.
We understand that very shortly thereafter, that police photo we saw a little earlier with the gunman was quickly blasted out. That's generally the protocol. They get a photo, they blast it out to all the officers on the force, just in case this guy got away. Now, presumably, they go to the building, they set up a perimeter, they know he went in. They don't necessarily know if he got out, but they did have this photo that we're talking about, and it's not clear at what point they were able to blast that out. But that's the power of technology now, that in just a few minutes, any officer in New York City looks at his smartphone and would have the picture of a suspect. Presumably, that's what they did in this case. The other thing to point out, he's not going in, as Christine points out, wearing heavy gear that may presume that he feels he's not coming out and he's going to have his finish inside.
Absolutely. We're monitoring the news conference that is about to get underway. We can see more of NYPD leadership showing up. We've also seen some doctors and what appears to be some hospital administrators also standing to answer questions here. Now, this is a concealed firearms permit that we can now share with you from the Las Vegas Police
This is
Department,
crazy, guys.
which also shows
Let me know if you
the
guys can see me.
suspect's
I want to
name,
make sure everything's
Shane
working.
Tamura.
And we're back. That's
Now,
right. I wanted to
how
go
he
vertical
got
on
here
this
to the
one.
New
I'm
York
sorry.
City area remains a big
Excuse
question,
me,
but now we
regular.
see the mayor and also the police commissioner at the
man.
podium to address the media. Let's listen in.
This never gets easy. I always go back to the beginning of my role as mayor in Harlem Hospital, where Officer Mora and Rivera were assassinated. I remember watching their family members enter the hospital and a loud yell of, "No, God, please tell me it's not true." And I thought about that today when the notification came over from the police commissioner that we had a number of shots fired and we're still unraveling what took place. And our hearts are heavy. 5 innocent people shot tonight. We lost 4 souls to another senseless act of gun violence, including a member of the New York City Police Department, Officer Islam. He served in the 47th Precinct. He was just 36 years old and a 3.5-year veteran of the department. He was doing what he does best, and all members of the police department carry out. He was saving lives. He was protecting New Yorkers. He's an immigrant from Bangladesh, and he loved this city, And everyone we spoke with stated he was a person of faith and a person that believed in God and believed in living out the life of a godly person. He embodies what this city is all about. He's a true blue New Yorker, not only in the uniform he wore, but in his spirit and energy of loving this city. And early tonight, I met with the officer's family. I told them that he was a hero, and we admire him for putting his life on the line. This was his dad's only son. I think about Jordan, my child, and it's unimaginable to experience a loss of this magnitude. And 3 other innocent civilians are also dead. 2 males and 1 female, and another male is seriously injured, fighting for his life in critical condition because of the violent, despicable attack. Additionally, the shooter is dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. To be clear,
Coward.
6 total tonight died, 1 including the perpetrator. And I'm sorry, 6 total was shot tonight, 1 including the perpetrator. No words can describe this act of evil, a man who takes the life of others who are innocent. And no words can fill the void that has been left by this tragedy. Our hearts break for the families and friends of the victims. We pray for the swift and safe recovery of the injured. The horrific crime reminds us all how easy it is to gain access to a gun. Gun violence has scarred so many neighbors and ripped apart too many families across this entire country. And we will continue the fight to do all we can to protect our city. But tonight we mourn for those who were killed. And we pray for the families as they go through this painful moment. And as I stated, 5 innocent people were shot. And the perpetrator was shot. We will continue to do what we do as a city, and that's fight to protect innocent New Yorkers. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
Thank you, sir. The information that I'm about to provide is preliminary and subject to change. At 6:28 p.m., the 911 call center started receiving multiple 911 calls for an active shooter inside of 345 Park Avenue at 52nd Street in Manhattan. What happened next is under an active investigation, and details are still coming in, but here's what we know so far. Surveillance video shows a male exit a double-parked black BMW on Park Avenue between 51st and 52nd Streets, carrying an M4 rifle in his right hand. He walks towards the building's entrance. That individual was seen exiting the BMW alone. The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with gunfire. He makes his way to the elevator bank, where he shoots a security guard who was taking cover behind the security desk.
Unarmed.
One additional male is shot in the lobby, per his own statement from the hospital. The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed. He goes up to the 33rd floor, which is route and management, and begins to walk the floor, firing rounds as he traveled. 1 person was struck and killed on that floor. He then proceeds down a hallway and shoots himself in the chest. In total, we have 5 victims shot, our officer and 4 other innocent civilians, plus the shooter. The shooter is believed to be Shane Tamura, a 27-year-old male with a Las Vegas address. The vehicle he exited is registered in Nevada to Mr. Tamura. Inside of that vehicle, officers found a rifle case with rounds, a loaded revolver, ammunition, and magazines, a backpack, and medication prescribed to Mr. Tamura. The vehicle was searched by our bomb squad and found to be clear of any explosives. The initial investigation shows that Mr. Tamura's vehicle traveled cross-country through Colorado on July 26th, then Nebraska and Iowa on July 27th.
Oh my God.
And then in Columbia, New Jersey, as recently as 4:24 p.m. today. The vehicle entered New York City shortly thereafter. According to our law enforcement partners in Las Vegas, Mr. Tamura has a documented mental health history. His motives are still under investigation, and we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location.
Oh my God.
345 Park Avenue is a commercial office building whose tenants include the NFL, Rudin Management, KPMG, and Blackstone. At this time, 4 of the 5 victims are deceased, including our NYPD cop. Our officer was transported here to New York Presbyterian along with 1 male civilian, the lone shooting survivor, who is in critical but stable condition at this time. 2 other civilians, 1 male and 1 female, both deceased, were brought to Bellevue. The 4th civilian is a female who was found dead on the 33rd floor of the location. Additionally, there are 4 other victims being treated for minor injuries sustained in their attempts to flee the scene. Victims' names are being withheld at this time, pending family notification. Officers from our Special Operations Division are currently conducting a secondary sweep of the entire building. I want to be very clear. We believe this to be a lone shooter, and there is no longer an active threat to the public. But today, 4 innocent victims are dead. Among them is NYPD police officer Didarul Islam, 36 years old, 4 years on the job. Officer Islam was married with 2 young boys, and his wife is pregnant with their 3rd child. He's assigned to the 4-7 precinct in the Bronx. He was doing the job that we asked him to do. He put himself in harm's way. He made the ultimate sacrifice, shot in cold blood, wearing a uniform that stood for the promise that he made to this city. He died as he lived, a hero. I want to extend my profound sympathies to all of the victims and their families, and to the brave NYPD cops who today lost a brother. There are still many questions that we have to answer, and we will answer them. But for now, our city is in mourning for the innocent lives lost. May their memories be a blessing. Pat.
Oh my God. This is really sad, guys.
Oops.
Patrick Hendry, president of the PBA. This is a devastating night for our city, for our police department. Pure evil came to the heart of our city and struck innocent people. And one of our police officers who were protecting those people. We lost 4 people tonight, and our hero brother who gave his life for this city. He was a hardworking police officer who was proud, we know, from hearing from his family, to put on that uniform and shield of a New York City police officer every day and went out and did his job. And he went out every single day to provide for his family, whether it was overtime or whatever he had to do to provide for this family. That's what he did on a daily basis. And his family is devastated. A wife losing a husband who provided for that family. A father who's not going to see his son again. And our hearts of every New York City police officer right now is hurting. We're hurting for our brother police officer who we lost. We're hurting for that family. We're hurting for all the victims and hurting for all the families of the victims. And we're all asking, why? Why did pure evil come here? And we know our police department and our law enforcement partners will work tirelessly to get those answers. But now our job as police officers is to be there for this family, to support them in any way that we can, to come together as a city, to be there for these families of the victims. And we will continue to do that because that's what New York City police officers do. And we're going to continue as police officers to go out and protect this city because we know that evil can strike at any time. But police officers are willing to risk their lives to protect everyone in this room and protect everyone in this city. So we ask all New Yorkers to pray for our police officers' family, to pray for all the victims and their families. And we need to stand united going forward. We thank you for covering this story.
Oh my God. This is really
We are
sad.
also joined by our federal partners from the ATF and the FBI. I want to give an opportunity to our partner in the FBI, a special agent in charge of the New York City Fields Office, Chris Rea.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, on behalf of all the men and women of the FBI, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the victims of this senseless tragedy. And also personally, I want to extend my condolences to the police commissioner. And just please know, ma'am and Mr. Mayor, that you have the full force of FBI New York and the full force of FBI to get to the bottom of the answers. Upon learning of the incident this evening, FBI agents immediately deployed to the scene to assist our NYPD partners. While this remains an NYPD investigation, the FBI's New York office stands ready to provide any and all resources to assist our partners. Initial checks of our internal systems have not revealed any information about the subject. But when and if more information becomes available, we will share what we can, when we can, with the public. Thank you.
That's true. At least they're accepting help from the FBI.
Just a quick question about the police officer. When he was standing in the lobby, did he have a chance to fire his weapon at the shooter, or was it completely empty? And also, when the shooter got to the floor, approximately how many people were on that?
It can't hear the question.
All of this information is under active investigation. Videos are being reviewed. And then as this investigation continues to unfold, we'll be able to answer those questions. But right now, it's an active investigation.
Miles, Commissioner, if you could just talk about he was working day detail there. For people who might not know what that means, and was he the only officer working that day detail there?
I believe that there were two officers in the building working pay detail assignments in different parts of the building.
And what is that? People, may say he's on his day off working in uniform.
Pay detail is a program that we have set up at the police department that allows companies to hire officers in uniform to provide extra uniform security.
Commissioner, did she baseline interviews with witnesses? Did she say anything at all? And secondly, did we find any manifesto, any writings or report?
I already described what we found in the vehicle, and it's too early in the investigation to discuss anything more.
Thank you. Is there any indication that he had a prior connection to New York? What's the real estate industry?
As I said, too early in this investigation to tell, but nothing that we have seen preliminarily.
Commissioner, can you talk about what the medication was that was found in the vehicle?
I cannot.
Can you speak about any prior law enforcement contact you may have had?
I cannot, other than to say that our partners in Las Vegas made us aware of a mental health history.
Oh my God. And he still had a permit, guys. That's the problem.
Please share any details you have on what his history looks.
Just what I said already. It was an M4 rifle, and we also found a revolver in the vehicle with
An
ammunition
M4.
and magazines. He did have a license in the state of Nevada.
Was there any intelligence in the police
Oh, that's not an AR.
beforehand? And are you considering this a targeted attack or not?
At this time, it's too early in the investigation to tell.
Thank you, everyone.
So, guys, I know what you guys are saying in the chat about
All right, there you
how
saw the mayor of New York City
the
and also the
focus
police commissioner of the NYPD.
is only on
The mayor.
the officer. The reality, I just don't think they can release any details about the victims. I mean, it's a little bit different with the officer because I'm assuming that they probably had to, talk to the family before releasing anything. My camera's acting up. So maybe that's why we're not getting a lot. And maybe that's why the focus became more on the officer than the other victims, which would make a little bit more sense to me. I mean, I that's what they did with the other shooting when the Luigi Mangione came about. So maybe that's what it is, that they just really couldn't get into the other details or the other or give too much because of that. That's my thought. I'm thinking that that's what it is. Why they couldn't really, say more about the other victims. It's simply because of privacy reasons, and we don't know. Family has to sign off to that and stuff like that. I think they have to be careful. You said M4 are ARs. They're just a different style of assault rifle. So they're the same. I don't know weapons. So they're the same kind of weapon. It sounds like. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good to know. But I mean, this is like documented mental health history. So when we were live and we had that troll, why is it that women always go to mental health? Case in point, the guy had a documented mental health history in Las Vegas. I don't have to go there, and it doesn't matter if I'm a man or a woman. It's like kind of common sense, right? The only issue that I have here is that if he has a documented history, did he have it before or after he had the permit and this weapon? That's the question, guys. Like, think about it. I mean, I don't want to take away weapons from anybody, but we clearly don't have a really good balance, and we haven't had a good balance on this. Hell, I remember all these documentaries on y'all remember when and it depends if you like him or if you don't, but we've talked about this guy before. Bowling for Columbine. What's to say Mike something? I forgot his last name. He did that Bowling for Columbine shortly after the Columbine high school shooting, right? And there was mental health illness. How did these two get, weapons from? Where did they get them from? That type of situation that happened. And then for me at least, seeing then years later another high school shooting that impacted my family, that's a whole different issue too. It's just that people got access to weapons that shouldn't be having access to these weapons. If you have a documented mental health history, I'm sorry, but there should be something to be said about that, if you know what I mean. It just doesn't make sense. That's it. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Paige, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And I forgot to thank you earlier. I just didn't want to interrupt the stream. Thank you, Paige, for the 1999 for love to Rabbit and the best community ever. Oh, Paige, thank you. Hold up. And then again, another 1999. Thank you. Paige says, F Adams. Rabbit, thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm not I didn't want to talk shit about Adams here, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Adams. You guys know that. Adams, F Adams, Rabbit, thanks for being you and giving us the community. Well, thank you. No matter what. Thank you, Paige. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. That really means a lot. Thank you. It's a really sad situation. You said Reddit is going crazy. This man and his brother were missing in 2018. There were people that were looking for them possibly for several years. Really? Let me go be nosy. Let me go to Reddit. Are you lying to me? So if I type in something on Reddit with his name, what's his name again? The shooter? I got the first name, Shane Tamura. His name is Shane Tamura. Let's see what you're talking about. Shane Tamura. Don't lead me astray. 2 hours ago. Where does it say that he was missing? Wow. They put his account on private. Somebody did. His Instagram account is on private. That's right. Deceased no longer protected under HIPAA. There you go. So they could talk about his mental health. That's right. They could say about his mental health, and he had a documented history. Type in Shane Tamura, Las Vegas. Okay, let me do that. All right. Don't lead me astray now. Las Vegas. Okay, let's see what you're talking about. I mean, there's literally so many groups now. Where do we even start? That was 2 hours ago. And then here, NYC ID'd, rifle toting NYC shooter, case 5 people. That was 2 hours ago. Injured 6 before turning the gun on himself. Okay, hold up. This is what caught my eye. The now private Instagram account of the Manhattan shooter, Shane Tamura. When did it become private? Was it private before? That's weird. Did somebody know that he was going to commit this crime? That's the question that we have. Did somebody know that he was going to commit this crime? Did he show signs of this, or like what happened? There is the concealed permit there. And like I said, it doesn't even expire until 2027. You can't put any links in my chat, love. It won't let you. It won't let you. It's automatically. If you want to email me a link, this is my email right here. If you want to email me a link and let me know, you can email it there. I got a couple minutes before I got to get off. You said, was the office on the Blackstone office where it happened? That's what they're saying. So let's do this. Let me go back. I want to go back, Las Vegas. And you said he was missing with his brother? Well, in 2018, he's 27. So in 2018, he would have still been over the age of 21, no? I don't see anything about missing. Nada. It's just this is just so off. Rabbit, read Abraham's comment. Okay, I'm coming. Blackstone was housed in the building, but that's not the floor he went to. Gotcha. So maybe that's just how they kind of identified him. But that's not the place. Hold on, missing. Let me see. I'm trying to see what else I find. Oh, I found it. Where did they find this information? Hold up. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about because I don't see it in the. I see it in the search bar. Let me show you guys. NYC gunman ID as Shane Tamura after deadly shooting. So someone was looking for him and his dad on Twitter back in 2018 after disappearing from California. He disappeared in California at some point. Hold up, y'all. Here it is. It says right here. Someone was looking for him and his dad on Twitter back in 2018 after disappearing in California. Okay, let's go to that. Oh, wow. Hold up. It's him. I'll never give up on Terry Tamura and Shane. If anyone knows anything or a lead, please bang my line. I miss my dog. Been searching for him for years and still no answer. I'm going to tweet every day till someone leads me. I don't give a F. Even a tweet or retweet could help. Our boy needs us. 2018. And then this person in need of dire help, please just retweet so I can get some eyes and ears everywhere. Oh, Lord have mercy. Can you confirm or deny if he was a Freemason? Oh, they're looking into the shooter, y'all. Why did he disappear for years ago? Did you make any contact with him? So the shooter, Shane Tamura, was so he was not a cop. He didn't say he was a cop. A Masonic cop that carried out a Masonic false flags all over 33rd floor. Oh my goodness. He was not a cop. That's just a concealed permit. Are people just not reading this shit? Oh my God, Paige, thank you so much for the 1999. You work hard for us and we appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Paige. I appreciate it. Are people assuming that he's a cop? The guy was not a cop. They would have said he was a police officer right then and there at the press conference. So he said he worked at a casino in Vegas, right? And he had a documented, he was a PI. He had like PI experience. They did say that on the other article that we read, but that PI is not a cop. He's just a PI. He was a former PI. That's it. The internet is running wild. Listen. Yeah, he was not a cop. He was just a PI. So people look, he's saying that he was a specific kind. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is what the internet says. Hello, let's see. This same dude, hopefully he isn't the guy involved in the NYC shootings today. License plate link to a Nevada plate tied to the name Shane Tamura. My goodness, the internet. I'm telling you, man, you cannot. The people will find you. They will locate you, okay? But was he missing? This was in 2018. This guy's going to shut his social media. Let's see who this is. Posted 2 hours ago. Hold up. What does he say? PSA, before social media starts its rampage for accurate information regarding the situation, feel free to DM me. Otherwise, please no assumptions. If you have information, please DM me. They're hitting him up. They're hitting this guy up who tweeted about what maybe could be his friend in 2018. What is this? Well, there's that. What? Where's Terry? Who? So Terry's the brother? Was the younger brother Terry, also known as Terrence? Was Terry 2 years old? My God, they are hidden. Like he's like, you guys can that. Inviting somebody to DM you from Twitter is like your Twitters are gonna blow up. What do you want me to say? I'm not DMing the guy. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. That's crazy. He had documented mental illness, but he still had a license. That's Selena. That's what I was saying. Selena, that's what I was saying. I was like, wait a minute. And his license didn't even expire until 2027. He had a documented history. Guys, there's data out there that says that people, that have committed these mass shootings and everything, typically, have a documented history. They've seen a couple doctors, and yet they still have access to guns, and yet they're still permitted to get permits. I don't know. And I'm not trying to take anybody's rights away, but that, my friend, is a concern, That's a concern. You said, even if something happens, people can still get their hands on pew-pews. That is very true. Like, we're not doing a good job. You're absolutely right. Because there's been cases out there where somebody has a documented mental health history and something doesn't get locked up or something doesn't get right. And then that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's too much. Hold up. This is what he said. Look at this. This tweet, he did it at a couple hours ago. It does kind of make you wonder. This guy's gonna. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Many people that do these things don't have licenses. Just saying. There you go. There's that. Oh my God, a Paige. Thank you, Rabbit. We pay enough, and we pay our police force a lot of taxes, right? Mm-hmm. That's true. Thank you so much, Paige. Oh my God, Paige, thank you. Appreciate the support today. A lot of red flags. I don't know, Greek lady. I don't know what he has or hasn't removed. And I would hate to repeat that, but I do wonder. I think it's always been like that. I don't know what the process is for the gun stuff. Like, I think anybody can get a permit, right? You said Rabbit last year. Oh my God, Kim, how are you? I hope you're doing well. There was a huge bus. A guy and his son were printing assault pew pews in their homes and selling them on the street. Like printing them? Like through a 3D printer? That is true. Not everybody obtains a pew pew legally. That's right. Yes, and laws are different in every state. But Kim, like printing them, like 3D, and then, but not like, I'm assuming that's a fake, but they look real. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. What are we doing? Oh, the ghost guns. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, guys, I don't know what to say, but shout out to the person that gave me the update on that. You know, we're going to keep reporting. If we get more details, we'll definitely be live tomorrow. My goodness, thank you, Paige, for the support today. I really appreciate it. Luigi Mangione was a see, I don't even know enough. Wow. Did I hear about, and was this connected to this one, Selena? That there was a Reno shooting today, and I guess it didn't get a lot of like coverage. There was a shooting yesterday near my area too, and they didn't get a lot of coverage. So shootings every day. Well, there's shootings every day mostly. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta get some rest. Shout out to everybody that went from vertical to here. I really appreciate it. Every once in a while we have to do a vertical, and I don't want to do a vertical right now. I'm good now, but you know, I was like, for this specific press conference, let's go regular. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I gotta go get some rest because I'm really tired. And thank you, Paige and everybody. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll talk more about this, as well as I had another situation with G Lane, but we'll talk about G Laney tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye, guys.